Hey guys, so right now what you're currently watching is like a I'm making this intro now to say that this video is going to be a two-parter. The part that you guys are currently watching right now is going to be for DC, and the part for Marvel is going to be either uploaded later on today or tomorrow, depending on how well the video goes. But these guys are helping me out. This is Ryan, this is John. You guys already know who I am, and if you don't, I'm Jose. Forget my YouTube name. But again, this part of the video is DC Comics, and the next one's going to be Marvel.
You have a YouTube channel?
I
thought this was a documentary.
Yeah. Is this catfish?
So when did the clothes come off?
Whoa! Hey, he has young viewers, man.
Does he?
Yeah, gotta keep it PG-13.
What's up, you guys? So today we're gonna be covering on starting points. This is like a comic review that I wanted to get into with these two guys right here. We're also being helped by my good friend Raul behind the camera.
Yeah.
Say hi, Raul.
Hi, Raul.
So today, again, like I mentioned, we're gonna be starting off in starting points on where exactly in current comics would you like to start off reading. This was something we were talking about because we thought about talking about things in like the 50s, which just didn't seem too important. Well, important in the sense that it's too, what was it, like, it's too big?
It's not too big, it's too convoluted.
Yeah. And I know that's like complicated for many people because like he was just saying, timeline is key here sometimes.
To starting off something, you need to figure out which timeline you want to get into. Do you want a super strong Superman, or do you want a humanized Superman, or do you want a super angry Batman, or do you want a Batman that's just starting out? Right. There's so many different things.
And you don't want to be caught in the situation to where you're reading a timeline and you're getting into it, then you realize, wait, hold on, then you're going to go start off on a new one. Without finishing that timeline, it's going to screw you up big time, so.
Which is why I mentioned in my previous videos on my Convergence cover, like when I covered Convergence, that there was multiple reboots that DC did. They also had like major events like Crisis on Multiple Earths or Infinite Earths. Infinite Earths. I mess that up all the time because of Crisis on 2 Earths.
Here's the timeline for the DC reboots: Crisis on Infinite Earths, 0 Hour. What do you call that? Infinite Crisis, right. Flashpoint, which is my favorite timeline. Best, although it's not even it's short-lived, and the new stuff that we're like reading now, which is the New 52, which I should let you guys know, DC did not reboot the New 52. With the whole Convergence thing, they're taking out the tagline and they're keeping continuity, and they're bringing in like multiple like universes back. Yeah. Into the fold, which makes everybody happy. Right. New readers, old readers like myself.
So when you're reading that, what he's trying to say too is when you're reading that, don't get 52 in your head a lot. So.
I mean, you can, but you're gonna stop saying that New 52 tagline by the time you're reading your current like Batman issues. I don't think the current Batman issue has the New 52 tagline on it, does it?
No.
So, you know, just like he was saying, you don't want to get stuck in what you're reading. You don't want to look at a comic and be like, oh, this one doesn't have a New 52, so you're going to automatically assume it's not from the New 52, like he says, continuity. So, today we're going to be covering on where exactly in starting points, current, you know, comics. The reason why I say current is because, like he said, you don't want to get stuck. You don't want to screw yourself over reading something that you're just not going to end up liking. Because there was a lot of writings, or the ways comics were written before, that some of them didn't even catch my attention, and probably didn't catch their attentions also. There's even comics currently now that was kind of garbage, New Guardians. So, we're going to start off, well, John's going to help us out with this one on where exactly we should start off in current, because I know a lot of you guys wanted to read where exactly you want to start on.
And Death of Wolverine. I just went to that. I was kind of disappointed.
Alright, so now we're going to start off on some areas in DC based on heroes that you guys already know, just in case you guys want to get into them. We're gonna start with DC again, like I said, because it's more of a knowledge where we all meet in the medium, and these guys have more knowledge on Marvel. So when we start talking about Marvel specific things, so when we start talking about Marvel specific things, these two guys are gonna take over, and I'm just gonna sit here and spectate. So we're gonna start with some DC books, and John, go right ahead and pull them out.
Alright, well, okay, since we're talking about starting points, right?
Starting points.
Okay. I feel like a good starting point for new readers would be, let's start off with
Let's start with this big stack right here.
Yeah, this huge stack that all you guys should read, but like critically acclaimed stories that anybody should read. Like, of course, everybody knows Batman Year One. That's essentially the greatest and the best and most widely regarded Batman origin story. It's by Frank Miller. He's a solid writer, great writer.
Gorgeous man.
What do you think about this book? You read this book multiple times. What do you think? What about you?
Haven't read it yet.
It's amazing.
Haven't read it yet. Yeah, he's doing a video on Origins.
I know.
Cool. And then this is All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, and I am a huge Superman fan.
Grant Morrison in general.
I have read. Let me tell you, it's fantastic.
What? Here.
It's mine, by the way.
Delicious writing. I don't know why I said delicious. I guess I'm hungry. Solid writing. This is the Superman story anybody should read. You will end up loving Superman. I know everybody loves Batman, but
I don't know about delicious. I would have to say scrumptious. I mean, it's just as good. It's really.
And Grant Morrison too.
Grant Morrison's writing a little.
In general, if you guys don't want to read anything like related to Superman, if you want to just look up on artists themselves or writers themselves, Grant Morrison is a writer that you guys should check up on.
Yeah.
He's written a bunch of awesome stuff that hasn't disappointed anyone, at least to my knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Has there?
Yes.
I want to
Which
throw.
one?
I know.
There's a lot of people that find Grant Morrison to be a little too confusing because he talks about a lot of metaphysical stuff that
He
most
does.
people don't
He worked on
understand.
Multiversity, which was like how we were originally talking about how timelines in different universes and stuff.
Since we should start off with the number ones, New 52. These are the books that you guys should definitely read because they're really good. I haven't heard anybody say bad things about them. This is volume 1 of Wonder Woman by Brian Azzarello, which is an excellent writer. He's also the writer for 100 Bullets. You should check that out too. It's a great crime story. Really good, really good origin for Wonder Woman. It's like a new taste, like a new take on Wonder Woman. And most people know Wonder Woman's origin story to be she's made from clay. In the New 52, it's a little bit different. She's actually the daughter of Zeus, so that makes things way more interesting because here's all the gods.
I like how they kind of hinted it in Justice League Unlimited, where they made it look like Ares was the father. How he ends up going up to Wonder Woman saying, "Didn't your mother ever tell you who your father is?"
It's freaking crazy.
It's Zeus.
It's beautiful.
Spoiler alerts. Whoops.
Oh, wait a
Flash number 1. Flash is doing great right now.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Let me.
Solid. This is also another solid book by Francis Manipul. Really good read. It's Barry Allen. It's not Wally West. We all grew up with Wally West here because we watched the Justice League and the Justice League Unlimited TV shows. But we like Barry just as much as we like Wally.
I feel like I like Barry a little bit more. It's only because Blackest Night.
Some of their villains too in the Flash is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole rogues.
Honestly,
Yeah.
okay, Batman may have the best rogues out of Rogues Gallery out of everybody, but I honestly believe it's Flash that has the best ones.
Awesome.
Yeah. The best Batman story out right now. This is the Batman number 1.
Scott Snyder and Greg
Batman
Capullo.
Volume 1, The Court of Owls. Really good take. Really new take on Batman. It's still the same badass Batman we all love and hate, or I don't know anybody who hates Batman. I don't think so, right? But really good read, awesome art. Scott Snyder's an excellent writer. You guys should check out his stuff. He's also writing Witches right now on by
Which
Image
is also
Comics.
really good. It's not really hero related.
It's about witches.
And it's really good.
It's awesome.
And Greg Capullo, love that guy.
And maybe I should hand this one to you. This is your realm right here.
Oh yeah, Earth 2.
Oh, this one. I actually covered a little bit of it. This is Earth 2, Volume 1, right? Or is this just...
Volume 1.
Alright, it's because, oh, there we go. Well, this is Earth 2 Volume 1. This is basically another... how I talked about before, different universes, alternate versions of certain characters. Earth 2 starts off with, the Trinity over here fighting off, I think it was Darkseid's minions, right?
Yeah, the
Or
Parademons.
yeah.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse's minions things. Something like that. I always get confused with that stuff.
Parademons. That's
Which
what
one?
they're called.
Parademons?
Parademons.
Parademons.
Yeah.
There we go. So, basically, while this is going on, Batman actually has a daughter in here who ends up becoming the Huntress in this series. Also, she joins up with, I believe, Power Girl too when they join into this other universe where they actually find a rift and the whole... It's crazy. Earth 2 has to be one of, a really sick story where I can actually sit down and go, I like this retelling. You have, the way they introduced Flash was a lot different than usual. It's I think a Time Master or something, right? Or, no, a new god, I think, went down and...
No, it's not a new god. It's Mercury.
Yeah.
It's Mercury.
Oh, he crashes or something,
Yeah, it's
right?
Mercury that crashes down.
Yeah,
And actually, our Flash is not Barry Allen or Wally West. It's actually
It's
Jay Garrick. And it's not the old Jay Garrick that we all know. This is a young Jay Garrick.
Oh, yeah, see? Right here.
Damn, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
it look good?
it's just amazing. I mean,
How's that look? Sweet.
it's just fantastic.
And a little take on his thing. He said that Power Girl and Huntress are in this book. Initially, they're actually Robin and Supergirl. But spoiler alert. I mean, you're not gonna see them here. The original Trinity, they die.
Yep. In this story, the main iconic characters actually die, and the new ones come in. This is where I believe they start introducing the Black Superman, which is called Val Zod. And oh man, his costume just looks sick.
You won't see him here yet. That's Volume 4.
And you won't see the new Batman either early on in the issue. I think that's either volume 2 or volume 3.
Volume 3. But
Volume 3?
we can't tell them who that Batman is.
Oh, I know.
Oh, that's right.
You'll love it.
Volume 3.
So that's Earth 2. I mean, prior to this whole thing with the New 52, like not starting over, but like doing like kind of like a soft reboot by adding the multiverse back in with the Convergence stuff. In the beginning, the New 52 they didn't have any multiverse stuff. It's just one universe, and that's the New 52 Earth. So
and also this Earth plays not a giant role in Convergence, but they do play a role.
They play a giant role
in the beginning.
Yeah.
The tie-ins they don't really include them.
Oh,
but
not
in the
the
story
tie-ins.
sense, they actually introduce these characters again. But again, we can't provide any spoilers. But the only reason why I mentioned this is as a kind of small spoiler is because Convergence just recently ended. So if you guys want to go to your local comic stores or get them on eBay, you could just do that.
And Earth 2 by James Robinson, one of my favorite writers. He's really good. And the art's by Nicholas Scott. Really solid art. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you guys can just Google. You know, Google's our best friend here. Yep. And that's a really good read. That's
I'll be posting the images of the covers of these comics. So
and again, it's what we're saying, because I know probably some of you are probably just like, okay, slow down, hold on. You're probably pausing the video at some point. We're not trying to confuse you with like many different stuff, like he's saying this one's not that Robin or this one's not that. We're just giving you a taste of why you need to just pick it up and you'll follow it. It's an easy follow. It's like a simple
especially like how he
instruction guide.
said, this is the only, in a sense, like the only different universe that they introduced during the New 52. This is the only thing where I feel like you guys can just pick it up. You won't be confused. You don't really have to know that many characters to know what's going on in this book. This book is originally its own story.
All I can tell is just remember this is Earth 2. This is not the Prime Earth, which is Earth 1.
Yes.
That the main New 52 Earth is like dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
So just remember that. But this is a solid read. I can assure you that.
It is.
I can't remember it. Oh well, I'm not gonna like extend the video.
He'll probably add in descriptions or comments later. And
We'll probably end up talking about it in another video.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember it because there was one where it was like really complicated.
Now we can't just have favoritism over DC Comics since you know both companies are solid companies. You know, okay. And for those, okay, let me just say something.
I was going to also go for it.
If you're a comic book fan, enjoy it. Both of them, Marvel and DC. It's not a war. They actually respect each other. Marvel and DC, they're both good. They're both solid in their own rights. DC is a bit darker. Marvel's a little more fun. You know, a little taste for everybody. Don't start any wars because that alienates a lot of readers. That's one. Okay, that's one of the reasons why many people. It's hard for people to get into comic books because one thing, many comic book employees they tend to alienate new readers because they tend to have this elitist attitude and they look at you like you don't know anything, like you're a peasant.
Like the people that wrote New Guardians, Green Lantern New Guardians, what the fuck were you thinking? I'm not even gonna censor this one. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? They made the Blue Lanterns look like little bitches, and in the reality, in a sense, they are the strongest, but also the weakest of the Lanterns. They boost up a Green Lantern to 300% power, and then how the hell are you gonna, like, make the entire Blue Lantern look like a bunch of pansies when they go to their homeworld? They're like, oh no, what do we do? We got no Green Lanterns. Like, oh, what the fuck happened here?
You're on your own.
God damn it, dude.
Anyways, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
This is why we're having these kind of videos because it helps people voice out their opinions and it helps people figure out what they want and what they don't want to read. For example, I don't like to read super action stuff. I like story. I mean, a lot of people love, you know, big splash pages and stuff like that. Like, we'll talk about that later. But I like substance in my books, so I tend to go more for DC books because Marvel right now, as of right now, they're more spectacles than they're more stories.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there isn't any good like reason Marvel, which is what we're gonna start talking about.
So hope you guys enjoyed these two parts of the video. The first part, which I already introduced in the beginning, we're gonna have to re-record. I'll beat your ass, dude. I will send that shit out of here. Get the hell out of this room, dude. I'm living here now. This is his room, but I'm kicking him out. I'm gonna go ask your mom if she's gonna adopt me.
No, where's my dad?
Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'm out.
Oh, wait! Before we leave, I just want to let you know, like they were saying earlier, get the fuck out.
Ready?
Oh.
Ready?
We're on.
I'm putting this at the end, so you guys screwed yourselves over.
We're trying out for RGT2 in the next Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Oh.